Good day, viewers. Welcome to another beautiful day on Everyday Nigeria at Copper Studio. My name still remains Vivian Roy, and I'll be your host for today's show. Today's topic is going to be bad parenting and its effects on children's upbringing. I'm not going to do this alone. I have people here with me to do this alongside me. So I'm going to start with from my phalanx. Please, can you tell us your name, what you do, and your state?
Neil, and I'm a music producer and an entrepreneur. I'm from Akwa Ibom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please, beautiful lady.
My name is Juliana from Benue State. I do business. Like I sell jewelries and men's clothing.
My name is Annie. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. I'm a customer service executive and I run a food business as a chef.
Okay.
And I'm from Imo State. And also, I'm a music artist and a business lady too.
Interesting. They are not here to play with us. They are here to give us what we need to hear. So, I don't know. Who should I start with? Okay. Can I start with Mrs. Vicky? Sorry, Miss Vicky. Okay, the topic is bad parenting and its effects on children's upbringing. But before we go into the term, please let us know, can you tell us your opinion on what bad parenting means? Okay, no. What is parenting? In fact, what is parenting? Before we start going into bad parenting.
Parenting is kind of a process by which you bring up a child from infancy to adulthood, socially, intellectually, and otherwise, not just what they have to eat and the rest and the clothes they have to wear. So that's my own opinion on parenting.
Parenting to me is two people coming together to, train up a child, just like she said, morally, intellectually, personally on child upbringing to adulthood.
Parenting is the ability, and it's more like a process of bringing up a child or children from their infanthood to the adulthood.
Hey, you still have to tell us your own.
Like the ability for you to raise a kid from birth to adult, that's parenting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason why I asked that is for us to know when bad parenting can come in. So now I will just throw the question. Any of you can answer. When do you think bad parenting comes up in training a child?
Parenting comes up when you're training the child negatively. Okay, let me use the illustration on pampering.
Okay.
Some parents, they'll be like, this child, I carried this child for 9 months, so I don't want, please, nobody should touch my child, nobody should train my child for me, no one should discipline my child for me, I will do that myself. There's this adage that states, a child is for the community.
Yeah.
It's not one person that owns a child. Yeah. But bad parenting comes in when these parents are making it seem like the child is just for them alone. Especially when you're not around, and then a neighbor sees the child indulging in an act that is not nice or proper. And then you, being the parent, you're not around. Of course, as an elderly person, what would I do? I have to discipline the child. Come on, stop that. Yeah. And then you as a parent, your back or the mother, why did you touch my child? My child said you did this. Please don't do that. Now you're fixing in a notion on that child's head. Yeah. And then the child will feel, nobody should beat me. My mom, the child will be feeling, yes, I have a right to do whatever thing I like. And now that community will already know that, okay, this one, leave them. No touch them. Just leave them like that, and that's how you see the upbringing becoming so negative.
Say that pampering is really a major contribution to raising the kid.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe raising them in a bad way. You understand? Because I don't know the mentality which this country, exactly Nigeria, is using to raise up their kids. Yeah. Out there when I was in UK, there's a way we raise our kids.
Okay.
Yeah. not like I'm not like I'm a parent yet, but like the culture of them raising their kids there. You can pamper a child, like, you know, it's not like, I don't even understand how we see pampering. Pampering is not like, maybe if you're not beating that child, that means you're like over pampering that child. Do you know that you can pamper a child and still imbibe wisdom in that child? That's also, it's also like giving caution. Like, not like I don't want to lay my hands on you, but that is not really the end result of what to correct you. I can still first of all talk to you and see if you can maybe be better of yourself.
Sorry, can I say something?
Okay.
It's different from the mentality here.
The Africans.
Yeah. Because you know the mentality there in UK they don't beat the child. Don't you know? If you're taking the African mentality over there, you want to raise your hand, do you know you can get arrested?
Okay, they don't lay their hands on their kids, but that does not mean bad parenting, does it? Does it mean bad parenting?
So you will train your child and you will not beat your child.
You will not beat your child.
Not that child for doing wrong.
If you give that child this sense of encouragement and comfortability, do what you are not even expecting him to do.
Okay,
so
let me
you actually beat him to an extent. Okay, this is what you should do at this particular time, and this is what you should not do. So you leaving him, you are making him feel like, okay, I can do anything without my parents saying anything on this.
Okay,
and it's wrong.
I don't actually agree with the fact that not beating a child can totally spoil the child. So, of course, the Bible said, spare the rod and spoil the child. So, but then, you know, like we Nigerians, we Africans, it is Africa, not like a zoo. The way their mentality of training children, they feel that you have to deal with this child.
Like
most times, you don't even have to lay your hand on the child. There are several ways to discipline a child.
You're right.
You get. So I don't think not
maybe over pampering.
like over pampering, can.
Sure,
A certain ways you can be able to communicate with your child, and they can actually understand the fact that, oh, this thing I just did is wrong.
Yes.
Not like saying it in front of, like she said, there's this thing going on in Nigeria mostly that if you beat a child in front of someone that, or okay, if you scold a child and the mom comes back or the dad comes back and they are like, why did you touch my child? It gives the child more wings,
more confidence.
So want to do more of that thing. Okay, I'm not wrong. That means this particular thing I did is right. This is where we are coming to.
Yes.
It's not like you trying to tell the child that you see that thing you did, you can keep doing it. And trying to hit the boy. The boy fell down, and that was how the boy died. So now giving birth to a second child, she was now over pampering that one. The girl can even stand in front of her and say, "Mom, just get out."
Wow.
Yes,
Really?
in Nigeria. In Nigeria,
Yes.
not UK.
It's very
So the
sensitive.
fear of not touching that child again is in that woman's heart, so that the child doesn't do what? Die. Most times something like that might happen.
Yes.
Now, how do you treat it? Not by when somebody is trying to correct, since you don't want to speak to that child yourself. When somebody is trying to correct that child, you give them that space.
Allow them.
Allow them. Not like when somebody is talking to your child, you just come out and like, please don't talk to my child like that. You don't have that right. You don't have the right. Another person should have that right.
Yeah.
do you even know?
I'm trying to say, if you send your child to school now and they beat up your child for doing teachers, they have this mentality of, I will beat you, your mother will not do anything. Your father will not do anything because you are in school.
And again, you know, sometimes there's something we call open rebuke and secret love. I don't know. You know, some parents, they don't know how to rebuke the child openly. Someone can do something and be like, your child actually stole, and then you'll be like, no, I know my child. I know what my child is capable of doing. But you have that mindset. I know my child cannot do this. Deep down, your child actually did it. You know, why some parents, let me tell you where bad parenting comes in. They know their child is a thief. And then a case of stealing, theft comes up. And then it came to your notice. And then you're like, no, my child cannot do that. I know my child cannot do that. You're encouraging the child. Why there are some parents, they would say, yes, I know what, I know a scenario of a woman. This particular, like the son is always giving her issues, always causing, in fact, the son is a nuisance. Whenever police comes looking for the child, the mother will say, come on, he's inside. He's hiding under
Are
the
you
bed.
serious?
He's hiding under the bed. Come and drag him out.
Serious.
That's a good mother.
That kind of thing.
Parenting.
Yeah, that kind of
Thank
thing.
you.
The boy will be feeling.
Yes,
My mother is
parent
not
doesn't
doing
love
well.
me.
Something. There's also much more disadvantages on this bad parenting stuff, because at the end of the day, the children, they know my parent is not doing well for me.
Yeah.
Because there was this movie. The guy, the mother have been petting him, does not allow anything, nobody should talk to my child, a whole lots of stuff like that. And then the guy grew up to become an adult and he became a spoiled brat. The mother was still covering him and everything.
Even to that age.
Even till that age. So there was a scenario, I think he got arrested or something, and they sentenced him death by hanging.
What?
And then he said, before they shoot him, that can I see my mom, please? I want to talk to my mom. And then the mother was crying. Hey, the mother came. Do you know what this boy did to the mother?
He slapped her.
It's not even that he slapped. I don't know.
He was with a gun.
He was with
He
no,
shot her.
a pistol, yeah.
It seems to have gone across.
So the boy was with a pistol, and then the mother came close to hug him. He just shot the mother.
We are dying.
And then he said, we are dying together. You spoiled my life.
Yeah.
Chai.
You ruined me. You did not correct me. So that is it. These children, they know.
Yes, they know.
Like me.
They just need the right
They just need it.
instruction. Yes.
So it's just that their parents make them feel so relaxed, like this is the right thing. But at the end of the day, they will see them and understand. I'm not sure my mom is doing me this.
Yeah.
She's not doing
Annie,
it.
can I ask you a
Right.
question?
Okay.
Now, an accusation came outside, coming, pointing finger at that boy that this your boy stole our stuff at the office. Now, for you as a mother or as a parent, what would you do at that position when you know this your boy has not stolen anything from the house before? An
Okay.
accusation came directly to him saying this your boy stole our stuff in the office. Let me see what you do about it.
Okay. Sometimes it could be peers. It could be spiritually. Do you know sometimes spiritual aspects? So
No.
it matters.
Go there.
She will explain.
No. Do you know sometimes a child can be properly, like the training, properly trained and all the upbringing can be upright. And then you, maybe a jealous neighbor or something, can just come and manipulate the child. You don't know when your child will talk. So that is why it is very encouraging for a parent. That is why it's very encouraging as a parent. You need to also back up your child spiritually. Parents, they leave all responsibility in the school. My child will go to school. Okay, me, I have to use myself as an example. I was dumb throughout my secondary school. Throughout, like, I was really dumb. I knew I was dumb. And these are my friends.
So
The reason, friends was also there. But the aspect was, my parents made it seem like,
It's normal.
no, you're on your own.
Okay.
Like, you must read, since you go to school, do your thing. Nobody gave me a proper checkup. Let me see what you're reading.
Yeah.
My mom believes, she'll just wake you at the middle of the night. So go and read. She don't know maybe I'm reading or not. I'll just carry the book. I'll just be dozing outside like that. That's what I do. So me, that's why the thing did not help me. It was when I think it was my first jam. No, I actually got it's been a while. I'm still trying to remember. Okay, when I was in secondary school, it was a private school. The principal had to call my mom. I told her that this child, don't waste your money.
Can you imagine?
So you can imagine how painful it was.
So what did your mom do?
So my mom was like, are you sure? She said, this one, you're wasting your money. Take this girl to private school. When my principal did that, my mom came home. She was just angry. She was just, this stupid girl. I wish I had plenty children. I'll just abandon you.
Wait, are you the only child?
We are just two girls.
Oh, okay.
So where can we place your mom now?
Okay.
So my mom was like, look at, they said I should change your school. Look at, because you're not serious. And me, I knew I needed that support, but the support was not coming. Because my mom just believed, go to school, when you're back, you do everything on your own. Nobody was putting a high check on me.
Wow.
Are you reading? Are you improving? Are you doing well on so subjects? I was just on my own like that. That's when I can say that's when bad parenting comes in. So I was like that. Then eventually my dad, all of them, they concluded and they took me to government school. I was at that period, I had low self-esteem. I was already seeing, because the love was not there. I was just seeing my mom, I was being isolated at home and all, and they took me to the government school. They thought it would help me. I became worst.
Wow.
Of course, now.
Eventually, they still sent me. And you know the funny thing in government school.
People came out from government.
But do you know the funny thing?
I attended government school.
No. Do you know that children are different?
Yes.
There are some, they will encourage themselves. Students that are coming with themselves, they are pushing themselves.
That this is what they
For me, I already know me, I needed a push.
Most times, their background.
So me, I knew I needed a push.
So they encourage themselves, like, I know where I'm coming from.
So me, my own case was not like that. My own was like, I needed that push. So when I got there, I was still dull.
Well, but wait though, sorry, where was your dad in all of this?
My dad was there. That's what I'm telling you. Bad parenting now. Nobody. They were acting nonchalant. Them they were busy with their stuff. My mom was busy with her business. My dad his own job. So he believes you can sort yourself. So he does not want to know I'm lagging behind. So I got to the government school and I was still struggling. At a point, those ones said they'll just send you out of the class. If they don't, the teacher said they don't send.
Yes, no.
So me, I was just on my own. I don't even enter classes. So at a point, my mom, I think she came to the school. They still invited her again. They're always inviting her. They said, call your parents. And then they said, Mama, walk in. They said, is this your daughter? They said, this one is not serious. So our name is, they opened the school register. They said, our name is not even here. This one just, my mommy was, that day, this one was slapped. They were just slapping me in the staff room. My mom was like, this girl. I think that day my mom cried. She said, God, this girl want to useless her life. And then at a point, they told my mom that there's nothing can do, that they're already sending her out. Because in government school, once you don't mix up,
if you fail like every time, you'll be out.
No, I think it was 2 times I failed. And they told my mom that there's no need to that.
Because you knew the worst situation. There's no second chance for this one.
So it was like that. You know that bad parenting again is still stepping in on my case, because I feel my mom was supposed to be like, no,
yes,
I'm not doing yours. You cannot. But
she gave up on you.
She gave up. So my dad, they gave up. Everything was like that. I was just being isolated. And then that was when I now told myself, guy, better stand up, wake up. I think that was when I was not becoming like the self-realization was not coming. I was not going for tutorials for
lessons.
All those lessons, all those work lessons, all those stuff. And then I not told my parent that, please, that can I join, this. Nobody, in fact, the financial support, they say, I'm just doing it. If you fail again, this time around, I'll send you back to the village. This blah, blah, blah. A whole lot of stuff. I was just on my own. Eventually, I enrolled for the lessons, and then everything went well. I got my WAEC, and then they said, no problem. I think it was when I gained my admission. That was when I now told myself, I now selected the kind of friends I roll with. I was not the one advising myself.
You don't repeat the same.
Now, see, so that was when I started, I started coming up, joined, peers too matter.
Yes, of course.
That was what I said.
And I was so lucky in the sense that I choose my friends wisely. These are people that don't sleep at night. They encourage me on group reading, and my brain became very, very, very smart. But today, even when I told my dad, everything, and then I was ready to leave for service, my dad was like, look, that is my daughter. Go back, and then I told them, Daddy, I had this professional degree on human resource management. They said, that is it. You have my brain. At a point, I now sat down and I told myself, let's imagine I didn't encourage myself, because I had a heart-to-heart talk with my mom. I said, Mommy, let me be sincere with you. You people did not help me. Let's assume, with the way you guys neglected me and focused on my sister.
I believe she would think through that too.
Do you know what would have become of me? And do you remember that they actually sent me back to the village?
Are you serious?
This one is deep. But you know, a whole lot of stuff. So now imagine I was not strong enough to realize myself that I need to bring up myself, I need to brush up myself, I need to become productive, I need to become useful.
Yeah.
Do you know that that's how my life would have gone? And now that is why I want to use this medium to encourage all parents. I don't think bad parenting, sometimes your child might need that love.
It goes a long way.
But you are feeling, this child, you are fucked up. Go. I don't have your time. You are impacting bad parenting on that child. Do you know it can affect me mentally?
Yes.
It can affect me emotionally in the sense that I can grow up not feeling loved because I feel my parent, they did this, they did that. So I just feel the parent, no matter how your child is, no matter how stubborn, because it can be two ways too. Sometimes you can be training your child well, and then they go to school, come back, you're seeing a different person.
That's true.
And you'll be like, that is not the time for you to.
Those are children that feel their parents are bugging them.
Yeah. So
They're too much into every area of your life.
Yeah.
It's a bugging.
But you see, as a parent, you're not even supposed to start, yelling at them or start, look at you. I'm going to abandon you. I'm going to disown you like my dad always threatening me. I'm going to disown you. Yeah. No, that kind of period, you're supposed to call the child. What is it? Why? This is not the child of whom you are. Remember when we need love.
Yeah.
So I just feel we can do better on that.
When you are into a child's life in every area, especially when it has to do with the child's education, that child will feel like you have read your own in your past. I've heard children make that statement. You've done your own in your own past. Allow me to live my own life. This is 21st century. But at the end, you just realize that when your parents are no longer there, you are not needing that advice. You need to do this. It happened to me. Yes, it happened to me. I enjoyed the love of my parents from like the very day I was born till like my 9 years of age. I was taken away from my parents. Yeah, so I went to stay with someone, and then at some point those people, they are into you always. I was always coming out in secondary school. I was smart though. I was always coming out second position. Then this woman will always be like, what happened to the person that took first position?
Parents, they're always that way.
They want their children to be the head.
And I'll be like, if it were to be my parent now, they'll be like, you did well. You are my daughter. All of this. So I was thinking about all of those things while in that person's house. If my dad, he will buy you what he promised to buy for you is what he will get for you.
Yeah.
That's my dad for you. My dad is educated and he put his eye more in our education because he didn't want us to, fall apart and maybe start suffering most of the things he suffered. Because in this our generation now, if you go to school, you won't even find job in that area, field you read in school.
Yeah.
So he did that for me not to feel that way, like when you go to school finish, you will not be struggling to get a job and all that. So you need to just be specialized in other areas of your life. So sometimes those children that do that thing, like my mom is always on me, I don't like, she's not giving me chance. I have a sister that is like that, a younger sister. She feels maybe they are doing that, they don't want her to do what she wants, they are not allowing her to go and live that life she wants to live. One day I sat her down and I was like, I know this part in your life right now. I've gone through it. And at some point I regretted saying that. Yes, because you will look for that advice.
Yeah.
There'll be a time where you will do something, your conscience will tell you you have done something wrong, and you'll be looking for somebody to say, do you know that this thing you just did is bad? And now you'll be left all alone. Nobody's telling you, scolding you for doing wrong. Nobody's telling you what you did is wrong. Even your friends will now leave you.
Yeah.
You all went into this thing together.
Yeah.
They will not leave you to face that
thing alone.
the consequences of what you did. So at that point, you will realize, your mind go there. You go no say this one I don't mess up. I really need my parent. So bad parenting is not really good. If you bring up a child in love, I believe in bringing up a child in love. Whether you get money, you don't get money.
The love must be there.
Make sure you be able to gather your children. And they tell people, if you never understand wetin family be, don't get married. Because family is the totality of it. If nobody has a mentality of family, you will not want to go into parenting. Please don't go into it. And make una just marry, be couples, abi?
And they're thinking about the both of themselves.
Yes, don't be thinking about. Don't involve another person.
Yeah.
Don't involve a child that will come to this world and come and
damage
suffer.
the child.
No,
Emotionally.
emotionally, socially, and the rest.
Yeah.
How does bad parenting affect a child's ability to form healthy relationships? We've been talking about bad parenting since now. So how can it affect that child in having a good and healthy relationship with other people?
Bad parenting can affect a child in the sense that it gives them low self-esteem. You get, maybe in a gathering, they feel like, based on maybe what the parent has been saying, like, sorry to say, like her now, for example, you get. So let's say she didn't brazen up, like it continued in that state. There will be, I don't think she will even have the boldness to be sitting here, you get, because there is this low self-esteem that I can't do nothing, I am dumb, I don't know anything, because of the words that has been said. You get, because the words of your parents, sometimes it keeps coming on, even when you want to do something, you just think of it, you just be like, I cannot do anything. Some even say to themselves, I'm a loser, you get. So it can get that, like, very bad to that extent.
Maybe they will not be able to communicate to their
they will not, even in relationships,
because you will feel you are
having
not
a
up to their
partner.
standard.
Having a partner in relationship now, you feel like, you don't want to say anything. Maybe your partner will not take your opinion. Maybe your opinion does not even make sense.
Count.
So that's
this
it.
aspect
It does
you're
a
talking
whole
about,
lot.
position, will be like, even their okay, let me use this for an instance. Maybe a kid was like maybe doing some little stealing meat at home and it was not corrected, that kind of stuff. Now, if that kid goes out with friends and that kind of stuff, and maybe those friends, those other of his peers, they are well trained. You'll be like, Alpha, see this stuff now, more collect now. You see, he already kills the communication. They'll be like, are you serious? Why? Now they'll be like, where are you coming from? Like, we are not supposed to do this kind of stuff. We are not trained to take this.
Yeah.
It has already given a stigma, like, you're coming from a bad parent. Like, do they even check on you at home? That kind of stuff. So I just feel like parents should do a lot, because your kid is a representation of you.
Yes.
I will know that someone stole from me. For instance, I will know that somebody picked something from me. I will know the person that do it, but I will not be bold enough to go and confront that person.
As a parent?
No, not parent.
As a child.
As a child.
Not even child. As an adult like this.
Okay.
Yes. I will not be bold enough to go and correct or
Because of
confront that person.
Yeah.
So at a point in my life, I sat down and said, if I continue like this, if I bear forth a child, I will do same to that child. I'll be feeling like let it slide.
Wow.
Let it slide. So that alone can make someone to go into bad parenting.
So one of the effects of bad parenting is lack of love. The child will feel not loved, you understand? And this thing can grow up with this child to the adult level, to the next generation. You get, this child now is now grown into an adult from that childhood state like that. And let's say, for instance, a lady, she's now married, having children. She transferred the same.
She won't care about the children.
Yeah, because that's what she feel, that's what she is. You get. So sometimes, if you even look at bad parenting, you will not even want to blame parents sometimes, because it's their mentality. Like, it's what they know.
Yes,
like, this is how I was trained. So
Yes.
this is how I should train a child, you get, just like you said, your father was an educationalist, so you get, he's like, okay, I am intelligent, my children should
also be intelligent.
You get some, right. Why some women, they feel that, okay, I was not given the privilege or rights to be educated. Maybe some of them stop at primary, secondary, and that's all. So they feel like, yes, a girl child should not go beyond second. You get, so most times is what they have been inculcated.
Okay, can I ask a question based on
child.
What she's saying? So anyone can just go through it. Do you think if a parent is always focused on this child being hardworking and not other area, is that bad parenting? For instance, those that were brought up in rural villages, they know that I'll go to the farm, I'll fetch firewood, I'll fetch water. That's the only thing they know.
Okay.
Is that part of bad parenting?
Let me just come from this angle, because we've not really checking like respect. You know, from this part now, you can train your child to be hardworking, but that child lacks respect. That child lacks love. He lacks intellectual. You're only just good with maybe your skills and that particular field that you into. Okay, imagine if you were coming to the office, you are employed for this particular thing you know how to do, because your work has show it for that you're good. Now you come and you can't even greet some co-workers and staffs in the place. Like, where are you coming from? People will like looking at you like, for the fact I know you're good in this stuff, at least there are some normal things you should. And again, even apart from respect, where it can also come up is like that child boldness to speak out in public. You know, if you're not being like scolded, maybe let me come from this light. Maybe, you know, there are some child that they might talk loosely and the parents will like, well, since you're my only child, let me not scold you. You can take that your rough talking and stuff. Yeah. You take it out there and somebody will like, are you all right? Like, don't you, like, even apart from we relating, at least there's a way to talk to people, even though we are the same age grade, like at least. So bad parenting, like in those angles, for the fact you're teaching that child like to be hardworking, come on, check on other places, because if you get work, but you don't get skills, you don't get sense, you don't get respect, you to take out every work from your hands, no matter how good you are. So that's it for me.
So last question. We've talked about bad parenting, but we've not hit on a particular thing. So now in this bad parenting now, who do we think is to be blamed? Is it the mother or the father?
Oh God.
It's both of them.
Okay, wait. Sorry to say. Sorry.
Because you know that because most people they actually center this bad parenting on the mothers here. So I want to
don't mind them.
So is it meant to be the mothers or both of them?
It's the responsibility of both parents. You get. But then in some cases it's a single parent stuff. And you know that alone is another big trauma and problem for the parents. You get. So sometimes it's just a single parent raising a child, and in most cases they tend to transfer that aggression. You see I've seen a case where the girl, she got pregnant and like she's the only one taking care of the child, and when she wants to talk to the child, be like, see your head like your papa.
When it comes to single parents,
you get.
When it comes to single parents,
so sometimes
single parents.
But let's just imagine if the two parents were available.
Yes.
So who are we going to blame?
No, it's both parents. Parenting is two people.
It's two people
together to do life together.
I don't want to be biased.
Also impose it
I don't
on
want to come from the fact that I'm a male. For me, I will blame the female. I will blame the woman.
I know the female. They have the greater role.
Yes, they have like 70%.
But you know,
the father also have
their role.
Yes, the
Mothers
father
are the people that spend most time with all children.
Then why can't the
That's holding this mentality.
Jesus.
No. Both parents, they have this generation.
It's because of the mentality that the father is
there's a lot tax for you to complete now. Come on.
No
That's
way.
like feeding and every other thing. Like I don't even need to talk about it.
As a father, you said act like a mother too.
No.
Parenting should be the two of should be both parents.
It should be the two, because there are some things that you know that the woman doesn't know. Because you guys are from different backgrounds.
Thank you.
And you have been
That's
taught
another
some
thing.
kind of thing. sometimes you even tell the wife, okay, oh please, this is how you should tell this child to do this.
Yeah,
in
true.
case
Do you know
of
why I
next
said?
time.
Do you know why I
So
said
it's-
it is
it's
both
for
parents? My own mom, she believes once my dad just come back, she will just report. Once she reports, my daddy does not want to know. Maybe I'm at fault. No,
beat the hell out of you, yes.
That's all my body. I have a lot of scars.
My parents are like
I have scars on my body very well
hell out of
because I took child beating. But do you know that if it is both of them, my mom she don't even need to wait till my dad
Take
comes
action
back.
immediately.
She will just like, why did you do that? Or she can just beat me, warn me, and then that's the end.
Yeah.
Not waiting till, and that one you will know what.
And it's-
African mentality.
Yeah.
You just time it.
So
baby.
Let's take out African mentality. I advise people, young people a lot, that if you want to go into a relationship that will lead to marriage, for instance, now you are doing life with somebody you don't know totally from anywhere. Now there should be an agreement that we are at the process. We will meet. We will recreate more beings.
Yeah.
So whatever life we are doing together should be imposed in those children. We are not doing it is because we love each other. It will just be the both of us. It will just be no. As time goes on, children will come in, and then when children comes in, will you leave them to be doing their own life and you both are doing your own life? So parenting, that's why it's called parenting.
You know, this parenting can even start from when a kid started having a little bit sense in his head. You know, the moment you start watching your parents, like how they are bringing you up from a kid,
you
started having that understanding of, wow, this is the right way I should.
Yeah, that's
Like, yeah.
They grew up with that mentality.
Yes.
They
I
grew
saw
up with
something
that
on
mentality.
I saw something on Instagram. This lady, she said she's always twerking on video, yeah. And then the child, just 5-year-old, she just said, "Daddy, put camera. Daddy, I want to shake my bum for you." So you know that kind of thing now. If they do not correct that child, do you know that child can just grow up with that mentality of.
children.
That's children.
And do you know the funny thing? The both of them, they were using it as screws. They were laughing.
It's content creation now.
And you know that when that child grows up now and the partner she wants to get married to doesn't like that kind of stuff,
It will cause
brings
issues.
problems.
Yes.
It brings problems. So
So
it
this thing,
affects
it
children.
will develop. You see, it's about parenting. It's a process.
stages.
Yes.
It will develop.
Yeah.
Enter into relationship. Enter into marriage.
Generational
pass it
it's
to
a
their
Generational thing.
Okay,
Yes,
this
so
topic
like that.
this topic is something that even if we stay here from now till tomorrow, it's not something we will
Don't get
stop.
upset.
So let's just stop here and maybe next time we'll
Yeah.
continue again. So thank you for tuning into this episode on Everyday Nigeria at Copper Studio. This is where we dive deep into the world of entertainment and everything in between. If you enjoyed today's episode, please do well to subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.